Land is not cheap, especially here in California.
We're entirely focused on solving the housing affordability crisis in this country.
Ben and I connected about the new regulations that were in the works in California, like SB 9 initially. SB 9 is an objective, streamlined process for subdivision of a single-family home property from 1 into 2. It's also a streamlined process for entitling the unit on the property.
What we're doing is helping homeowners take advantage of their extra lot space and monetize it without any cost or work.
It takes a lot of the previous hurdles to getting a project approved out of the equation, and it prioritizes housing above everything else. A lot of the old neighborhoods that people love the most in all of the cities kind of predates modern zoning as we know it. And if you think about the number of people that have big backyards, for example, how many of them actually have the ability to build something back there? What we think that brings to the equation is a great opportunity for creating new entry-level homeownership opportunities, because so many of the housing shortage constraints have to do with the lack of supply.
We are subdividing these lots and building additional units on it and, going to be selling them at a more attractive price.
Starting with California, we've taken the effort of analyzing all of the best properties in existing neighborhoods that work really well for development. Things like the available space in the backyard.
Here's an example of 3 houses right next to some single-family homes. And these were probably built in the 1920s. And it's a great example of smaller units that you don't see a lot of in neighborhoods that are as quiet of a street as this today.
I've lived here in this area for quite a while, about 15, 16 years, I think now. Living here has been a joy for me. It's got good memories. When my husband and I first moved into this place, it was easy for 2 of us to maintain, but he's not here anymore, and I no longer am physically able to do the work that it takes. The cushion allows me not to have to downsize to a smaller place. I think someone moving in here is going to really enjoy all of the benefits of the neighborhood without having to wait for it to grow up around them. It's already grown up.
I think one of the surprising things is that we weren't sure how comfortable folks would be with having a new neighbor in the backyard. But what we've found is that there's a lot of interest in having that, like having somebody nearby to talk to and see over the other side of the fence.
Not everyone wants to live 100 miles away from their friends or family or work, and not everyone wants to live in a big condo building. And so by creating these starter home ownership opportunities in existing neighborhood, it can bring a lot of vitality to those neighborhoods, a lot of tax revenue to the cities.
We're making the American dream of homeownership more attainable. We're excited to be enriching our neighborhoods that allow us to live a little bit closer together and share a little bit more of the human experience together.